Hello, friends. I hope this message meets you well. Very quickly, I want to speak on a topic I titled The Danger of Food. The Danger of Food. The Danger of Food. Please, before we dive into this topic proper, I'd like you to do me a favor. Please, kindly give this video a thumbs up now. I want the video to get to as many people as it can because it will help a lot of persons. Please give it a thumbs up before we proceed. The Lord bless you. I am speaking what I titled The Danger of Food. Now, I want to start by saying food is good. Food is good to we humans. And as a matter of fact, there is no human that can live without food. It doesn't matter how spiritual you are, you can't live without food. You can only abstain from food for a while, but you cannot live on this earth without food. But however, as important as food is to we humans, I like us to understand that food can also be very, very disastrous. Food can be very, very disastrous to our health, to our reputation, and to our destiny. I'm going to address these three things. Number one, how food can be disastrous, number one, to our destiny. Let me start from to our destiny. Number two, why food can be disastrous to our reputation, and how food can be disastrous to our health. Let me start with our destiny. Now, food is good, child of God. But there comes a time you have to say to yourself, food, I like your food, you are good, but I value my destiny more. It was food that made man to lost the Garden of Eden. Food turned man to enemy of God in the garden. God instructed man not to eat a particular fruit, which was food. But man went against God and ate it. Became an enemy of God and he lost the garden. Esau in the Bible was an industrious man, a very, very industrious man. Esau, the brother of Jacob. But food made Esau lost his birthright. Dearly beloved, what have you lost in destiny as a result of food? What have you lost in destiny as a result of food? Many people, many folks, they can control anything. But one thing they cannot control is their appetite. In life, if you allow your appetite to control you, then you can never fulfill destiny. When you come to a level, you come to a point in life, you allow your appetite to take over you, to take control, to get hold of you, then you have no destiny to fulfill. You can't fulfill destiny, you can't reach your promised land. Some of you into business. Maybe there was certain contracts that would have changed your entire life. And God tell you before you go to that contract, son, wait for me of fasting. Just fast for 2 days. Fast for 2 days before you go and apply for this contract. Fast before you go for this job interview. But your appetite wouldn't let you. There are times you have to abstain from food. Food has made many lost great things in life. Right where you are, I'd like you to ask your question. Ask yourself a question. What have I lost because of food? What have I lost because of appetite? Adam, man, lost the garden because of food. Esau lost his birthright because of you. You worship me now. What have you lost? because of food, because of your appetite. Number two, rather, I'm addressing three ways food can be disastrous to us. Number one, it can be disastrous to your destiny, I said. Number two, food can be very, very disastrous to your reputation. To your reputation. How do I mean? Like I said initially, many people can control anything. What they cannot control is their appetite. A lot of folks can control anything, but what they cannot control is their mouth, food. While growing up those days in church, while growing up as a youth in church, there was a lady who was a member in the church. Everyone disliked this lady. Everyone in the church, every member disliked this lady for one thing. Why? Because of food. This lady have no control over her appetite. Maybe you are in church now, you just come to church and you are waiting for when service will start. And maybe on your way to coming to church, you decide to buy McDonald's, or in Nigeria you buy Mr. Biggs, or you buy KFC. And you decide when you get to church, you just stay somewhere in church and eat. Yeah, you do happen to some persons. Are you with me? Now, when this lady meets you anywhere, maybe in church, somewhere you are relaxed, you want to eat because you are too busy to eat. You want to eat before the service starts. Without she being invited, she will walk straight to you, put her hand. She will put her hand in what you are eating and start eating. In fact, I'm one person, when I was growing up, my family members know me for this. I don't share spoon with anyone. I don't share spoon, I don't share cup. And this was one of the major reasons when I come visiting you, I don't eat. A lot of people don't know. I don't share spoon. In fact, when I visit my own relative and they give me food to eat, I must wash the spoon again. It's just my nature when I was growing up. It is not that I have kids, I can share spoon with my kids. So I don't share spoon, I don't share cup. It's not my nature. You get it? But guess what? I remember a day, this lady came, I was eating rice. She came, she dipped her hand, collected the spoon from me without her being invited, took the spoon from me, started eating. I thought, oh, your food is nice, you know, you understand? She was trying to be social. While she was doing that, after she did, I guess what I did? I used diplomacy. I left the food for her. I said, oh no, you can have the food. I said, you can have the food. He said, no, you have no. I said, no, you can't have the food. I said, I'm full. I said, I'm full. But guess what? Not really, was I full? No, I wasn't full. Neither was I angry. I wasn't angry either. I used diplomacy to leave the food for her because there was no way I could continue eating that food without me washing that spoon again. And there's no way I could wash that spoon in her presence without she being embarrassed. So I used diplomacy and leave it. Because there's no way I could eat that food. The spoon you just took from me, put in your mouth, I would not start using it. I can't. You get it? This is not something she just did to me. This is something she kept doing to everyone, every member of the church. Because of this, almost every member of the church disliked her. She lost respect. She lost value in that church. As big as the church was, I later discovered she has done to everyone. She lost value. She lost respect. Now, this her eating habit now affected her reputation. Child of God, I ask you again, what have you lost as a result of your lack of control for food? It's not everywhere you go, you are being invited, come and eat. You really go and sit down. Sometimes you give yourself some respect. Food can be very, very good. to your earth, to us, but at the same time, it can be disastrous. There's an adage in my language that says, you don't see the teeth of a king when he's eating. An adage in my language that says, the teeth of a king cannot be seen when eating. The Bible says you are a priest, we are kings, we are queens. Is everywhere you go to, if you have value for yourself, respect, is everywhere you go to, you show your teeth, you start eating. Like the country I am, I walk on the street, see some beautiful ladies who are walking on the street, you just buy things, you are eating on the street. Come on, work on your eating habit. Work on your eating habit. As beautiful as you are schooled. You don't know of one responsible brother that is just busy admiring you. But say that habit, that bad eating habit, it will just lose interest in you. I know of a man, I know of a marriage that packed up, I think 2 years ago. This man's wife had no control for food. The man's friend, his fellow worker in the office, invited him for the child birthday party. Now, this man, he didn't intend going for that birthday party, because there's no way he could go without his wife. He didn't intend going, but the wife pressurized that they should go. Now, he reluctantly went for the birthday party. Only for him to go to the birthday party, they were taking time, and he decided to say, okay, it's time for us to go. As we were planning to go, guess what happened?